Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm here with a get ready with me and let's have a little chit chat and motivational talk while we get ready. And if you want to see how I achieve this look and hear the chit chat, then stay tuned, okay? As we grow up and everything, the older you get, the more problems life seems to throw at you. Speaking from experience, there's been times where I'm just like so upset. Oh my days, I don't know how this is gonna like sort out. And not so long ago, I was going through a phase of where I was like really upset all the time. I didn't want to talk to anyone, I didn't want to socialize, and I would just be in my room. And like the day would start off with crying. The day would start off with you know when you just wake up and you just feel so can't even explain it. Like you just feel, I just want to go back to sleep and just wake up tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow will be better. And I went through a phase where life was just feeling like that every single day. I went through like a short phase when a day wouldn't pass without me crying at some point. The only person that I spoke to about it was my mom. I found it really hard. I feel like this is never gonna like sort out. I feel like this is never gonna go away. But then I started to pray more. I'll admit sometimes I used to go days where I'd forget to pray. While I was going through this, I would remember to pray, and I would pray literally every single morning. I woke up one day, you know what? I've had enough. I've had enough of crying. It's not going to solve my problem. It's not going to solve the issue I'm going through. I need to find a way to deal with it. Since that day, I never cried about that situation again. Even though it felt like, my days, how's this going to sort out? Instead, I started to deal with it. I started to find ways to deal with the problems that I was going through. There was one weekend that I went to church. That day I went to church, I was listening to gospel music all day. The day after, I decided to listen to gospel music again. It just got to a point where I was just like, actually, I'm going to listen to gospel music all week. Let me see how I feel. Because I know, like, obviously, music influences a lot of how you're feeling, what you do, what you say, and your thoughts as well. So I listened to gospel music every day, all day. At work, we were able to listen to our own music with our like earphones while we do work. Towards the end of the week, I was listening to gospel music. Something so big happened. I don't know how. I do know how. Only God. Like what happened literally should have had me in absolute tears, broken. Like it was just mad. It was just really mad. The moment it happened, I didn't cry. I didn't worry, and I wasn't upset. I was more like, okay, these things happen. Let me see how I can deal with it. And I swear to you, that was my reaction. Like, bearing in mind, this thing that happened was bigger than the thing I was crying about before. And that day I went home, first thing I did, I prayed. I got on my knees and I prayed and prayed. This thing that's happening, Lord, like help me to deal with it, help me to overcome it. I don't want to waste time worrying. After I finished praying, did what I had to do, and within 48 hours, the problem was gone. I can't say I dealt with the problem. I prayed and I did what I had to do in order for prayers to come true. Literally, like, I didn't shed a tear. It was mad because like, I wasn't upset. I was just, you know them people who just like, something big might happen and then you probably wonder like, oh my days, like how are you not upset? Like that was me, and I never really understood why people were like that before and how they were like that. Oh my days, something big just happened but you're not upset. Like why are you okay? Like why are you not crying? Why are you not upset? Why are you not shouting and screaming? But I've come to learn that it doesn't do anything. Crying and being angry and finding people to blame for what's happening isn't going to change what's happening. It's just going to delay the process of your healing. Since that day, I've literally embedded it in my mind that the more time I spend worrying about something, the less time I have to deal with the problem. And I've learned that in life, any difficult situation can be handled literally one step at a time. You just have to breathe, pray, and take action. How you handle your problems is what matters the most. There was something I read once where it said life is 10% of what happens and 90% of how you deal with it. We have to understand that everyone goes through problems. We may not know what they're going through, we may not know when they're going through them. Some people share, some people don't. Just like me, sometimes I don't, and so people won't know and they'll think, oh yeah, she's fine. But I won't lie, there's times when I've been like, something will happen and I'm like, God, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why now? As a religious person, no matter what religion you are, you literally have to remember that we will fall at some point, time and time and time again. Every single time we need to remember that God will always pick us up. He will never let you fall and leave you there. No, that's not my God. Not my God. You can't rebuild and become better people without falling in the first place. I can honestly say that the hard times that I've been through have literally built me into the person that I am today, and that's a better person than I was last year, year before, during uni. Every year has taught me so much. I've got to a stage in life where I am so grateful for every problem and hard time I've been through. I know it sounds weird. At some point your prayers will be answered. When we have our hard times and feel like we're falling apart, we may be thinking, oh my days, this is the end, but literally it is just the start. Making you into a better person. God seeing how much faith you have in Him. Try not to question why He's putting you through what He's putting you through. There's a reason why He's putting you through what He is putting you through. We just have to trust in Him. Now, we all, literally all of us, every single one of us, including me, all have our weaknesses. We all have weaknesses. We need to learn to give God our weaknesses so that He can give us His strength. You'll be amazed at how life goes. I want you to know that very soon you will overcome something that you've been dealing with. And I'm not saying that just because I have overcome what I've been dealing with, because I still have problems. Life is a cycle where, but from past experiences and how I've been through quite a lot personally, I'd say anyway, might not be much to other people. The way I have gone through it and how I've dealt with it makes me believe and know that you will also be okay. I know that your heart and mind will be at peace again. Trust me, it will be at peace again. As I do this video and as I talk to you, God is working on lifting the weight off your shoulders of whatever it is that you're going through. You may not feel it, but He's working on you. Trust me, He's working on you. Trust me. And He's working 24/7 to make sure that you come out on the other end stronger and better. I'm not someone who just makes promises when I feel like it. I make promises only when I know the promise is going to see it through. I promise you from my heart, whatever it is that you are going through, you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. And I wish we could see the future. I wish we could see 3 months from now or even next week, have like a little vision of you being okay and you having gone past what is bothering you. You just need to have patience, and I've learned to have patience. Sometimes I don't, but I'm learning to have more and more patience in God and have faith that everything will be okay. So now that I've done the face, I shall be moving on to the hair.